Howdy YouTube. So as you can see here, I got all sorts of painting and weathering things out. I've been working on my batwing. No offense to Jazzinc's work, but you gotta make stuff your own sometimes. I've been doing a bit more weathering on the wings in the front. One thing I have noted that will apply to everybody is you don't have to worry about these legs because they I've been weathering on top of them and they're perfectly fine. So let's turn this slowly, show you some of the work I've been doing. I'm scared I'm gonna slide it off the table somehow. So I've been doing rivets up here. As you can see, they're not perfect, but they weren't perfect in the movie either. I'm doing layers of paint, slowly but surely. Layers over here. I spent pretty much the whole day yesterday going around and trying to get things how I like it. So I'm gonna do rivets all around here, down here, on the wings. I did a little part over here. Kind of hard to see, I know, but is that it? Is that the one? Yeah. Some rivets over there. They're just not painted yet, so they're kind of hard to see. I'm enjoying myself, doing all the battle damage, weathering. Some little spots still need touched up. Looks more like paint than weathering, but that's where we're at so far. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a relatively clean vehicle with some highlighting, but in the movie they didn't rivet everywhere on the model, but they riveted here. You can't really tell if they riveted here, but I did some. I'll do a lot more rivets, mainly on the wings, like these seams here. The larger seams will get rivets. I'm thinking about maybe doing some weld lines. I tried putting a line right there and then doing the 5 lines down this way. Should be pretty easy, but then I'll have to darken it up on that line. And yeah, that's about it. I haven't done anything in the cockpit. I kind of doubt I will. It looks nice up in there. I mean, the whole thing looked nice in the first place, but just a bit too clean for what I wanted. But as you can see, I still got a lot of touch up to do. This is, I'll make that blend in a little bit more, maybe slightly more weathering up in here. But all in all, it's coming together. I'm starting to get a feel for what I want. That's usually how I weather. Like I did my BVS down there, weathered the crap out of it. I kind of want to do the same thing with this. It's just so big, So you got to kind of think ahead a little bit and really pay attention to what you're doing and see where you want to take it. Work on this line a little bit. But it's a fun project. And it'll probably take me weeks to get all those rivets on, because basically it's UV resin and me with a toothpick. I tried doing a multiple toothpick, but getting each dot to land just right did not work out all that well. So I'm just kind of taking my time, just going one at a time, and they'll be a little bit different each one, but that's kind of cool too, because this, he made this in his bat cave. He wasn't outsourced. There's no canon thing saying that, but obviously you can't go to an airplane manufacturer and say, hey, you know, I'd like an airplane, but I want it to be in the shape of a bat, and people not put two and two together. So it's like he had to do this himself. You know, not everything's going to be like machinist perfect. And so far, I'm pretty happy with what I've done. Some nuanced stuff left, really. I'm not going to mess with the bottom too much because you can't really see the bottom all that much. And it does have pretty nice weathering. You know, just the highlights already on the bottom. But I'll get like right here with the rivets and stuff. Around the missile bays, I'll probably do some, what do you call these pins? The metallic pin. Then if you dab it in before it dries, it goes to more of a metal, sheet metal kind of look. Then I'll do rivets around that, and that'll look like the live action shots in the movie. You don't see the rivets on the actual model like that, I don't think. So, but I'm combining live action shots from the movie and the model, you know, kind of like how Jazzinc did with the model in the first place. The more I work with it, the more I appreciate what went into this model, and it's beautiful. I'd just like to make it a little bit more my own, you know. So that's what I'm working on. Just wanted to share with you guys, like, there are little things like this right here was bright white, so I had to dull it down a little bit with some paint and scrub it off, dull it down, scrub it off. And also there was a big mark on here that this opens and closes, and I really dulled that down. And all of this is, you know, has little scratch marks on it now. So just making it look weathered and used, because you have to learn how to fly. And I'm assuming this fly is much more different than any other plane because it's not made like any other plane. So you had to train in secret. Probably ran into stuff. But all in all, yeah, it's going pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to go, because when it's flying, it looks kind of wet. Or do I want it where it's not flying like in the Bat Cave, where it would be kind of more of a matte. But as you can see, I tried a little bit more of a wet look up here. See how that works out. I kind of like it. But definitely some fine tuning on the paint to go still. But you never know when you're done until you're done with painting, at least in my opinion. So keep on working. It's amazing. This thing is amazing. I've really enjoyed myself just looking at it the first couple days. Then I started thinking like, ooh, I could do this. Ooh, I could do that. And that's pretty much with everything from, you know, my Thundercats figures. I had to repaint the faces on a couple of them. Hey, why'd they fall over? Huh, okay. Anybody who's worried about the legs, yeah, I think I mentioned that already, but they're fine because I've been moving this around quite a bit and weathering right on top of the legs, and they're perfectly fine, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Anyhow, y'all have a great day.